Well, welcome to my latest edition of John K Television. Sorry we've had a little bit of a break, but I've been up to Nottingham for a little period of time there. Anyway, going to bring you something a little bit different. Instead of Blackpool this time, I've found a very old vintage video of Brighton, and I believe this one goes to Brighton of 1992. We'll get some indication of how old this is in a moment. Anyway, just like to introduce Ron. Ron's with me tonight. And,
hello everybody. It's the other fella.
The other fella. What he's referring to is my friends up at the Premier Inn up at Nottingham, or Hucknall. And I was asked, who's the other fella with you on the productions there? And I had to explain that's Rockin' Ron from Burgess Hill. Goes back to the days of when we used to do the Sunday show on Southend Radio.
Yeah, better known as the old fella.
You haven't seen either of us anyway. Brighton 1992, there we go, look at that lovely sandy beach.
Yeah, an hour a day when the tide's right out.
You get a little bit of sand right down on the bottom of the shoreline there. But anyway, as I was talking to Ron a little bit earlier on, this actual part of the beach was where they made they reenacted the Mods and Rockers riots from back in the 60s when they made the film Quadrophenia. And the Mods and the Rockers ran riot along the Brighton Seafront, Marine Parade and Madeira Drive. And I was just saying that in the making of it, some of the real police unfortunately got assaulted because they thought they were the actors.
Yeah, it looks like they're what they called the banjo groin. I think it's because it had a circular front end to it.
Oh, sticks out into the sea.
Sticks out into the sea,
yeah.
And then it's got a sort of a circular end.
But it does have a practical use. It's not just a sort of like a lump of flint and concrete. There's the swimmers.
Yeah, it's a stormwater outfall.
Oh, outfall.
Yeah, and some of the local idiots do tombstoning off of it, and the water's not very deep there.
No, and also there's bits, as you can see there, sticking out at the bottom of the groin, and I'm afraid many a person's been critically injured or paralysed by coming a bit of a cropper there. Now, we know this is the back in the 90s, because look,
hey, the old West Pier.
Yeah, it's the West Pier, and look in the background, there's that big chimney sticking up. That's the one surviving chimney of Brighton Power Station. Used to have two until they destroyed them both in the end. But and that's looking along the coast westward towards Worthing.
Yeah.
But the main thing was the pier that we're standing on at the moment, which is known now as Brighton Pier, was in actual fact was the Palace Pier, and I think Ron will tell us why it was called the Palace Pier.
Yeah, because just round the corner from the pier is the Brighton Pavilion, which, as everybody knows, was one of the residential holiday homes for one of the royals.
Yeah, that's the Prince Regent, wasn't it?
Prince Regent,
yeah, the Prince Regent. And the area there also, the roadway around there was called the Old Stein, or some people pronounce it the Old Stein.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why it's called the Stein, but there must be some. If anybody can sort of email me in, just look at their main page, and you'll find that there is a contact page there just to leave a comment. And if you know why it was called the Old Stein, please feel free to leave a comment. So these are some of the attractions actually on the Palace Pier. It's have been there for many years. Some of them new, some of them old. I think we're saying there's some of the old gallopers there we'll see in a moment.
I think that's down on the beach, John.
What, the
the gallopers are?
I think.
Yeah. Which to the uninitiated, a set of gallopers is a roundabout.
Oh, roundabout, of course, we have with the horses. That's why they're called gallopers, because they've got horses on them.
Yeah.
Dear.
And a roundabout goes round clockwise and a carousel goes backwards.
Ah. and that's why I think we featured that on one of my Blackpool videos, is that they had a French carousel, and it goes in the opposite direction to the British roundabout.
Yep.
If we just pan round to the left a little bit further, I think we'll find that the Gallopers will be just in front of us. Well, I wouldn't fancy going on that.
Still on the pier, isn't it?
I wouldn't fancy going on this thing here.
No, you don't want to have a very heavy meal before you go on that
definitely
one.
not. It swings, and then it stands up on its end. Here it goes. No, that's a little bit too wild for me. I must be getting old, I think.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, we're getting old now.
No, I think we'll stick with the M25. That's enough danger for me. Oh, look at that! No, I couldn't do that. And just over the back, they've got the dive bombers as well. There's a pair of them working in parallel with each other.
Yeah, I used to go on them years ago.
Yeah, there's the Gallopers.
There's the Gallopers.
On the pier, just to the left of the whatever that thing was called. Well, they've all managed to get back down to earth again and got out. That's a little bit more my style. It's not. It's not too frightening. Pop guns. Oh, definitely. Sweet simulators. And as we were discussing before we went on there, is that a friend of ours used to work up at Redafon's in Crawley, where they developed those, which was a derivative from the flight simulators, that they made pleasure equipment. It was quite a lucrative business. Then the whole thing was bought out by Singlink Miles, who used to make these submarine simulators as well. Anyway, just a bit of useful or useless information.
Which we are full of useless information.
Oh, we certainly are. Yeah, this is where they remade the Mods and Rockers fighting on Brighton seafront. And one of the stars actors in that was Sting from Police pop group. Just looking now along Madeira Drive, and if we carry on panning to the right, Black Rock and Brighton Marina. No, I'm afraid
Didn't go that far.
No, we didn't quite make it that far. How on earth did Brighton become such a popular seaside resort? I mean, the beach it's all pebbles. It's horrible. Especially in bare feet. It's alright if you've got a pair of walking boots on, but no, it's not.
Yeah, not bad for a little fishing village years ago, is it?
Well, that's what it started, especially down in the old, the east side of Brighton. That was all the fishing area, and the west side was what they call the lanes, where all the antique shops and curiosity shops are all down in the down in what they call the lanes. Just playing in the background. Pier had its own radio station, and it used to play music, and they used to have DJs doing requests, and also if you had any lost children, that they would put it out over the radio system for you. Well, I don't think we're that far from the end of this actual production, but digging back through all these old videotapes, Ron and myself, it's nice to be able to share it with you. If you enjoy viewing, please let us know. As I say, there is a comments page there, and which we'd love to hear from you.
I'm just trying to... Oh, yeah.
There's the dive bombers. Oh, no. No, it's a little bit too much for me.
That is hairy.
My son, he'd love all this sort of thing. No, I think most of mine is the, as far as I go, is the model railway at Blackpool and the slot machines on the pier. Anyway, we're just about coming to the end of production. Thank you very much for joining me again, Ron.
Yeah, thank you, John.
And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.